Hello, and welcome to an excited edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ron, your host, and I'm welcome you to my review of Lionheart. I am watching a double feature that has Black Eagle and Lionheart. But I chose Lionheart because this is a Universal film. But this is actually the MVD visuals release of the film. So that's what I'm watching. But what makes this interesting though is MVD did re-release this, but it does not have the Universal's 75th anniversary logo. I'll show a photo there somewhere in the video so you know what it looks like. The old Universal release and the Universal Blu-ray does have that logo, so unfortunately it's not present here. I don't know if they didn't license them out. This was actually put by Impal Entertainment, and that logo is present at the very beginning of the movie. But the original Universal release had it at the very end of the movie. I did double check myself. So, yeah, after all that spiel out of the way, I just want to talk about the DVD because when I did watch this, I also played a game to make sure it wasn't the system or TV. I thought it had because there are a few action scenes that make crackling sounds, but I think it might be my TV and not so much on the DVD because this movie is two movies on one disc, so that means there's some video compression. I don't show you with the disc, but you get both movies on one disc. Mill Creek does that with their titles. They'll put both movies on one disc, which has compression issues. I didn't spot any compression issues, but the sound crackled only when the action scenes. When they were just talking, having conversation, that's fine. There's none of that issue. So now that I got all that spiel out of the way, let's actually talk about Lionheart. What did I think of Lionheart? So I'll run down what the plot to Lionheart is because there's a short blurb on here. It's still very hot, so I do apologize if I'm sweating. I have a small fan right there, so you might hear a little bit. Anyways, let's talk about Lionheart. Jean-Claude Van Damme plays Leon Gutler. I'm hoping I pronounced that right, but he plays Leon Gutler. Is devastated in the French foreign language who travels to the U.S. and enters the glory world of bare-knuckle street fighting in order to make money to save his brother's life and family. That's the sum of Lionheart. So Lionheart, like I said, Van Damme plays Leon. So at first he's like your average guy, but right off the beginning of the film, his brother gets burnt to death, and now his sister-in-law and I think his niece, I believe they're wanted. The blurb on the back doesn't talk about much, but yeah. So anyways, sorry about that. I had to. So yeah, and basically that's the gist of it. So this movie is fun, and Van Damme's really good as an action star. It's not his strongest, but I do have another movie of his lined up coming up in the next couple months. Next month, I'll be covering Hard Target. That's the other Van Damme film I'm going to be covering. So yeah, it's a little hot right now, so I do apologize. So basically now he's trying to get into the street fights. He has to go through a bunch of guys. He has to go and try to make it to the ranks. So like he'll start his first fight, then he'll go to the local pool, and then he'll have a fight inside the pool, which is a little bit of shallow water, so he fights another guy, and it's a gauntlet of guys that he's also hired. He meets another guy right there who becomes sort of like his friend, and he builds a friendship with this other guy. He's actually played by I believe, I'm looking at the back. Yes, Harrison Page plays a man that Van Damme at first doesn't like, but he's all around. They build a brotherhood, and he also gets later on he'll get the nickname Lionheart because Leon. So It's a really, really, really fun Van Damme film. This movie came out in 1991. They're still using the 75th logo. I believe it's 75th. I could be wrong. Yeah, I do believe it's 75th. But yeah, he's trying to fight and make it to the ranks, and you got this mob. That's really what Lionheart is. Like I said, Lionheart is a ton of fun. I believe Van Damme is a great action star. The last time I saw Mr. Van Damme in a movie was Minions Rise of Gru. Like I said, I do have another one of his movies. I grew up watching Street Fighter 94. That's what got me into Van Damme as an action star. He was late, like I said, a couple years later, I think after this, he would go on to be in Hard Target for director John Woo. He would be in Street Fighter 94. He would also go on to star in 2 movies, well, 3, but 2 for Universal for director Peter Hyams. And that movie's Time Cop and Sudden Impact, which I don't have Sudden Impact, but I do have Time Cop on VHS. I still need to get that one on DVD down the road. But I will cover that movie down the road as well. So, I don't have any of those on DVD. Like I said, I have Time Cop on VHS, but I don't have Sudden Impact on anything. So, yeah. I know I'm getting off topic. I do like tagline. When the streets are a jungle, there can only be one king. Van Damme is Lionheart. I love the title of that tagline. And it's a pretty fun movie. Like I said again, this movie is not perfect, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's very average. It's very your basic by the numbers action flick. But I think Van Damme, he also did the choreography, and it was actually filmed, I believe, in Los Angeles and Las Vegas. I thought it was filmed in New York City because you do see the Twin Towers. I could be wrong, but the credits says California and Las Vegas, so I'm just going to say they filmed it there. The ending is really good. I thought the ending was just going to end with, I'm not telling you how it ends, but let's just say it has a very happy ending, and that's, yeah, the ending kind of gives us a big cop-out. I expect the ending to be much more stronger, but basically, there's a scene near the end where he's like, he tells his niece that life is not fair, and she's worried. His niece in the movie is like, I believe 4, his brother's kid. So, yeah, like I said again, he's trying to avenge his brother. I believe it's his brother's death. Yeah, it's his death. He gets burnt. Like I said, that's no spoiler. It's at the beginning. He gets lit to death. He gets doused in gasoline and lit. This movie is fun. It's average. But for a Van Damme film, I can kind of let that slide. This is just a fun action picture. And for a movie, this movie, I believe, the niece was played by Kimberly Johnson, who would also have a career later on. This was, I believe, her first movie. I'm trying to see who else is in it. The print is so tiny. Deborah Renaud and Lisa Packin and Brian Thompson is also in this. So, this movie's not perfect. I went on Letterboxd and it's kind of mixed, so I think that's all I'm going to say about this. But I'm going to say, yeah, I can recommend Lionheart. For a Van Damme film, it's a ton of fun. But sorry about that, guys. If I have my hand, I do apologize. So, it's just a really well-made action film. So great fight choreography. Van Damme did his own stunts. I believe he choreographed the fight scenes. So it definitely has that Van Damme quality. Like I said before, I'm going to cover Hard Target, and that won't come up until, I believe, sometime in July. So I'm going to give that a hit. Next month, I'm going to Hard Target, and that's the one I'm going to be excited to watch. Who knows? It could be better than this, but as of now, I'm still recommending Lionheart. It's sorry about that, guys. I don't know why I have my thumb up there, but let's just say it's a good movie. It's a ton of fun. Let's just go ahead and rate this movie right now. I am going to give Lionheart a 3 out of 5. I'm sure Hard Target's going to be a better movie. As in my previous film, Bridget Jones' Diary, I'm sure the next movie that actor is going to be in, like I said, I'm sure Hard Target's going to be a ton of fun. It's a John Woo movie, so might have been his first American movie. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to look more into Hard Target, but as of now, as it stands, as of this recording, I'm going to still recommend Lionheart for what it is. It's a fun Van Damme film. And if you are a big Jean-Claude Van Damme if you're a big Jean-Claude Van Damme fan, if you're a fan of his works, definitely check this one out. And it also covers Street Fighter 94, despite me seeing that before. But yeah, like I said, yeah, check out Lionheart. Really fun movie. So that's my review of Lionheart. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like the content on the channel, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get all my video notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos that I post onto the channel. This might get uploaded tonight, it might get uploaded tomorrow. We'll see. So, like I said, I'm also on Letterboxd, guys, so you guys can check me out there as well. And tons of other stuff. Vlog City videos, so tons of other great Universal content and non-Universal content will also be up on the channel. So yeah, like I said again, if you've not seen Lionheart, definitely give it a watch. It's a really, really fun movie. Average, but at the end of the day, a fun, average movie. And yeah, and that's it. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.